Hello my friends, this is Moonday, and in today's reading we are going to find out who is interested in you. So this is going to be a small reading because today only my tarot cards decided to work with me for some reason, I don't know. So it is going to be small. I'm not really sure if we're gonna get any physical appearance of that person. There is possibility for a little bit of it, we'll see. Also, this is not gender specific, so you know, I'm just going to refer to your person as they, them. What else? Well, obviously this is a general reading, so not everything is going to resonate with you, so take whatever does resonate and simply leave the rest. What else I wanted to say? What else? I don't know, my mind went blank, I'm really sorry. So, yeah, for those of you who don't know how do these kind of readings work, we've got 3 groups of cards. This is group number 1 with the Amethyst crystal. This is group number 2 with the Snowflake Obsidian, and this is group number 3 with the Opalite. So you can pause this video right now, you can meditate on your choice, you can use a pendulum, you can choose by a stone, you can choose by number, but remember to listen to your intuition, so whichever group is calling out to you the most, this should resonate with you the most. And once again, if it doesn't resonate, you can either pick another group or just click off of this video, because like I said, this is very general. So it's not going to resonate 100% with everyone. And then all the other extra information about where to find me or how you can tip me for my readings are going to be in the description box down below. And also, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I try to post new video every Friday. And yeah, if you also have any ideas for like future readings, also let me know in the comments down below. I might not do them straight away because I've got a proper list of the readings I want to do. So yeah, but I'm really interested about what you guys want to see. Yeah, so all the timestamps are going to be in the description box down below. Like I said, all the information about where to find me, etc. And whenever you're ready, just, you know, go to your timestamp and I'm gonna see you in a moment. Hello group number 1, I hope you're doing well. So in today's reading, we are going to see who is interested in you. And once again, this is a general reading. Not everything is going to resonate with you, so please keep that in mind. And this is the Amethyst group. So we've got a very interesting combination of cards over here, group number 1. We are going to be looking at your person's thinking or like headspace, their emotions, you know, and feelings, and also we've got a bit of physical appearance in here, surprise surprise. But yeah, we do, but I'm gonna leave that for the rest. So for the headspace, we've got the 6 of Swords in reverse. So this is somebody who doesn't like change. I'm getting this is somebody who doesn't like taking new steps. This is somebody who doesn't like going into a different new directions in their lives. Even if they know it's going to be very beneficial for them, they don't like change. They kind of like to be stuck in one place, one situation, whether it's a good situation, whether it's a bad situation. They don't like changes. They feel, it's going to sound weird, but they feel kind of safe when there is no change for them, when they know they don't have to change anything. Also, this could be very bad for them because, like I said, if they're stuck in a negative situation, they still don't want to move from it. So this is kind of like I would say kind of like a mental blockage they have. But this is something, you know, this is one of the traits. This is their character. They don't like changes. They don't like movement. They don't like changing things. Things are new. Things they might be unknown. They prefer to be stuck in a situation that is predictable. So even if it's something bad, once again, whether it's a private life, work life, whatever, they prefer to be stable than, you know, face the insecurity of new situations. I feel like they might not like traveling as well, so they're not a big fan of maybe going on like holidays or vacations to different places, you know, or different countries. They don't really enjoy doing that. They like routine. They like things to be predictable, stable. Once again, this is kind of what they're facing. This is kind of their character. So sometimes they get stuck. Sorry for repeating myself, but this is literally the messages I'm getting. Sometimes they find themselves really stuck in very negative cycles, negative situations, but they feel like they don't really have the guts to change it, because they might be afraid that if they follow a new direction, it's going to be worse than what they are facing now. So they would rather be, once again, in this predictable things, you know, doing predictable things than moving forward with their lives. So also don't expect them to be taking any major decisions in their lives by themselves, because they don't like making decisions. They don't like doing new things. So if you're a fan of routine, good for you. You would be happy with that person. So I think, you know, from that I'm gonna move to the heart space of that person. And once again, I'm pretty much getting similar things. This is somebody who doesn't like dating, especially like dating in a way that, you know, meeting new people, going out with new people just to see how they are. This is somebody who doesn't like, I feel like they don't like the concept of dating, really. You know, they want to know, oh, this is the person for me and I'm gonna be with them, instead of, let's say, trying new things, meeting new people, because they don't know how is it gonna end up for them, and they don't know if that's gonna be just like, you know, I don't know, quick romance or like a fling or whatever. They don't like this kind of situations, which really matches their character, to be honest. Like I said, they don't like changes. So they like stability, they like predictability, they like to know that the person that they are going to date is equally as interested in them as they are in that person. Also, don't expect from that person to be very spontaneous when it comes to like dates and stuff. If you decide, for example, that you want to go out with them, you would either have to be the one that I don't know, picks places or picks what are you guys gonna do, or leave it to that person, but expect routine. You know, they're not gonna do anything out of ordinary. If you decide that you want to go out for a meal, you know, expect that all your dates pretty much are gonna look the same. That every time you go out, it might be to one place, one specific place, because they like it. It's a part of their routine. They know the menu. They know what to expect. So if you decide to make a plan, I don't think it will be the greatest thing if you wanted a massive surprise for them, or something like totally out of ordinary, like, I don't know, bungee jumping or whatever. This is not something that they're a fan of. it's weird, but I feel like once again they don't have a vehicle, like they might not own a car or bike, anything like that. I don't see that because I feel like all of these cards are kind of showing me they are not a fan of traveling once again, and they don't have a vehicle on of their own. There is a possibility that they're only taking public transport, or you don't have to take any transport in general because they only go to places where they can walk. However, I'm also not seeing them being extremely active, so they are not into exercises, they're not into fitness. Don't expect that, you know, don't expect that from them. There could be somebody who is a little bit of a couch potato, and yeah, they only take like public transport if they can, or somebody else like maybe gives them a ride when they need to, or they take a cab or something like that. But I don't really see them having their own vehicle, if that makes sense. So I feel like we can move on to the physical appearance, because I feel like the physical appearance, we have some hints over here. So once again, with this Tower in reverse, I'm getting this is somebody who doesn't like risks. This is general for the rest of the cards, once again. But I feel like this is a person who might have been involved in some type of accident, maybe in the past, and that left them with some visible, either disability or visible scar. Disability could be like any type of physical disability. Seriously, it could be anything. I don't know why, but I'm also getting that this person either doesn't have much hair, or it's completely bald, but doesn't have to be like normally bald. It could be like because they're shaving their head. But I feel like for some of you, that person has been going through a big trauma somewhere in their past, and this has left them with this like physical disability. Like you can see something. It could be a scar, or something like that. Yeah. Anything else I'm seeing? I'm also seeing that in general this person could be a little bit of a pessimist. So they're not like extremely bubbly, happy-go-round person. They might be a bit of a pessimist. It could be because, like I was saying, you know, if they have gone through something difficult in their lives, could be because of that, you know. It could also be the answer to why they're not a fan of traveling now. They're not a fan of taking, like, you know, maybe transport. Maybe they have been involved in like a car accident or something like that, which is why they don't really want to maybe own a car right now or something like that. For a small group of you, I'm getting also like a mental trauma, mental disability, but I feel like the physical aspect is more is bigger in here. There's a bigger chance to have that. So this is all I'm getting for you, group number 1. I know it was very generic. This is very general as well, like I was saying before, and it's a small reading. But I do hope it was helpful, and I do hope you really like it. And if you did, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I try to post new videos every Friday. Also leave me a comment, tell me how it did resonate with you. And thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello group number 2, I hope you're doing well. So this is the Snowflake Obsidian group. Oops. And today we are going to find out who is interested in you with a little bit of physical appearance, I think, for the first time since I've been doing these videos. So we're gonna look at their headspace, which is like their thought process, their heart space, so their emotions and how are they feeling and stuff like that. And we're gonna have a little bit of physical appearance as well. Obviously, this is a general reading. Not everything is going to resonate with you 100%. So please, please, please keep that in mind. Alright, so let's just get into the reading. So when it comes to their thinking process, their character, because I feel like very often thinking and like the character go hand in hand. And we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Coins in reverse. So this person character, they are struggling to make decisions. This is somebody who has problems with making decisions. This is somebody who very often I'm getting has a struggle, you know, when it comes to balancing their work life and their private life. This is somebody who has got difficulties with saying no to people when they're asking them for a favor. This is somebody who has difficult time saying no, you know, to their boss if they're asking them to maybe do like some overtime, take extra hours, take extra shifts, or like switch their day off with somebody or something like that. They just don't know how to say no. And I feel like very often they might be you know, they might be used by people because people know that if they go to them, they will not be able to, you know, say no to them. It could be somebody who also is very often lending money to people and just taking on more responsibilities that they should have, because for some reason I feel like people know they can rely on that person. And they know, oh, you know, if I'm gonna go to them and ask them to do something for me, they're gonna do that for me and they're gonna give their best. I'm also getting that this person, like the character, is, from what I'm seeing here in general, you know, this is somebody who is literally very, they have a very good heart, you know, they are very innocent. They believe everyone at their very core is a good person. They don't want to, maybe they don't want to believe that somebody is using them, like I was saying before, because they're quite easy to manipulate sometimes. But they do believe that everyone is good, that everyone has good intentions, that people are their friends, that they don't have any enemies, that people, you know, they do believe, because they're very naive, they also do believe that, you know, people like them, that's why they're coming to them to, I don't know, to lend the money from, like borrow the money from, or like, you know, ask for a favor or whatever. So they believe, oh, you know, I'm doing that because they're my friend, even though that other person doesn't think about them like this. So they're very good-natured. That's why they're very often getting used. Jesus, sorry, being used. So I feel like this person kind of needs to know how to set their boundaries, if that makes sense, because it's very difficult for them to do that. Alright, I'm going to move to their heart space, so their feelings, their emotions. And we have the Page of Coins. So this is once again somebody who I feel like they are quite innocent, young, at least young at heart. They don't have to be physically young, but they're a little bit, you know, childlike. They are, I feel like this is the person who very often gets into let's say like platonic relationships, or like one-way platonic relationships, when they're kind of, you know, when they're seeing that other person as somebody who doesn't have any, how to say that, negative traits, they're seeing that other person as being somebody who is perfect, who might be even way too good for them in their head. Obviously, doesn't always have to be like that. They don't see any negative traits, like they don't see any bad things about the person they like or they're like infatuated with. They are also somebody who kind of, you know, they love learning new things. It could be somebody who is like forever student, but in a good way, because they love learning new things, or they do have a lot of hobbies or a lot of interests that they value a lot, and because they value them a lot, they want to know more about these things. So they are doing that not because they know they're gonna get a lot of money from it or anything like that. They're doing that because they're interested in these things, like honestly interested in these things, you know. There is nothing there's nothing really, like, they're not trying to gain anything from it, if that makes sense. Yeah, but once again, like, if you were for example to be with this person, they might not be really they might not be really like sexually interested in you, but more romantically, like pure romantic feelings, you know, for you, like platonic feelings for you. So for example, they don't, you know, have, I don't know, weird like dreams about you or whatever, you know. They are somebody who, it kind of reminds me of you know, like in the medieval times, there would be a knight who has this love for a princess, you know, and it's totally like platonic, and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't mean that they're gonna be ever involved like intimately or whatever, you know, but and they're gonna try to shield the princess from harm. They're gonna try to do everything to make their life easier, and, you know, just protect them, everything like that. So they are kind of like this. They do have very honest but platonic feelings for people most often. So, you know, they're not somebody who are gonna, like I said, like easily get involved in like some kind of intimate relationship with anyone, okay? Because they like looking at a person and just being very idealistic about that person. So yeah, let me move on to the physical appearance. And we do have the Page of Cups, so we do have another page, and that makes me feel like either this person is younger than you. It doesn't have to be like significantly, you know, younger. It could be just a little bit, or it could be a lot, you know. It really depends. But this person is either younger than you, or like they're forever young at heart, or once again they have this very childlike aura about them. You know, they're once again innocent, they're childish. I feel like they have quite a good sense of fashion as well. This is somebody who's quite fashionable, you know. Also, this is not somebody who is going to dress in, let's say, a boring way. You know, this might be somebody who is dressing up to, well, they're not doing that on purpose, but their sense in fashion is really, interesting, let's say. They might be a little bit of avant-garde, but they're not doing that to bring attention to themselves, but they're doing that because they feel like this is what helps them to... I'm trying to find the right words and I can't at the moment. But it feels like it kind of mirrors their personality, you know, when they're dressing up like this. So people might be looking at them, there might be eye-catching, but they're not doing that to show off, okay? So that is very interesting. Also, they might have a pet. There is a possibility they do have a pet. You know, I don't feel like this is a big kind of pet. It's more like a small pet, so small pets. But this is somebody who likes, who loves animals in general, and they're very good natured. They're very like, also like, they're very positive about things. It could be coming from the fact they're very innocent or they're very naive, but once again they believe that they don't have enemies, that everyone wishes them well and they wish everyone well, and they believe the world is a good place in general. And this could be also somebody who is quite interested in making the earth a better place, you know, when it comes to ecology. They might be only wearing like sustainable fashion. They might be interested to, you know, they might be taking a part in like events or groups that are supposed to make the world a better place. They might be fighting against the climate change. Or something like that. I don't know. I'm getting this, but they are very kind natured. They're very calm natured as well. I feel like it's very difficult to get them angry or get them upset about things, because they're, once again, like I was saying from the beginning, they're seeing only positive things in the world, and they're seeing positive things in people, in human beings as well. So if you, for example, tell them that, oh, you know, this and that person was talking crap about you behind your back, they will be most likely to not believe you, because they think like, no, but they like me, they said hi to me today, it's impossible, no. So they're kind of like a little bit of a modern hippie, if you like. You know, love, peace, happiness. The earth is very important to them. Animals and animal rights are very important to them. So yeah, they're very much of a dreamer as well, you know. So yeah, this is the kind of person they are. So I do hope, guys, it was helpful, because this is all I've got for you for today. And if you did like it, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I try to post new videos every Friday. Also leave me a comment and tell me how it did resonate with you, because I'm really curious and I love reading your comments. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello group number 3, I hope you're doing well. So this is the Opalite group, and today's question is, who is interested in you? And this is a general reading, not everything is going to resonate 100% with you, so please keep that in mind. So in today's video we are going to find out a little bit more about a person who is interested in you. So we're going to look at their headspace, their thought process, we're going to look at the heart space, how are they emotionally, and we are going to get a little bit probably of their physical appearance, because there is a little bit showing for me over here. Sorry. Alright, so let's get into their thought process, their character. And it's interesting because we've got the Ace of Swords in reverse. So it kind of shows me that this is a person who is extremely stubborn. Extremely stubborn in when it comes to the character. So they're kind of like, it's my way or highway. If you don't agree with them, they are gonna probably catch you, you know, off. And you know, I don't really feel like this is somebody who is very good at maintaining long-lasting friendships, to be honest. Why? Mostly because of their stubborn character. I feel like it's very easy for them, once again, to cut people off, you know, to, you know, once they don't feel like the friendship or the relationship is kind of beneficial for them, they don't have a problem with putting that person, you know, somewhere in the past, somewhere behind, and never think about them again, and never even talk to them again or whatever. So this is a little bit but I do feel like this is the way kind of they are. They like knowing that, you know, their right is like is the most important thing ever. Very often, however, they are wrong, and this is the funniest thing I'm saying about this, because this is such a contradiction. But this is literally the message I'm getting. Because if this Ace of Swords was in the straight up position, I would be getting like, yeah, they are very often right about things. But the funny thing is they're very stubborn, but very often they're not right about the things they're stubborn about. They're stubborn because they're stubborn. But very often the thing is I'm getting about them that they're not really getting out of difficult situations, how to say that, unscattered, I think, if that's the word. But they don't learn their lessons, you know. They're still thinking, like, even 10 years after being like getting in an argument with somebody, after 10 years they're still going to be thinking about it and being like, but I was right that time. They might be also this kind of a person who remembers exactly what you said when you guys have been arguing or something like that, and they're gonna come back at you with that after a good few years. You totally might have forgotten about it because it was something extremely insignificant, just like, I don't know, whatever, picking the place you would go for a meal, and after a few years they would be still remembering that and telling you that 5 years ago, when you guys were on a date or whatever, you know, and you picked that restaurant, they didn't like the food. So because 5 years ago you were not right about something, that means right now you're not right about the decision you're about to make. So it's funny, kind of, when you think about it, but can be quite annoying when you're really dealing with that in a everyday life situation. So keep that in mind. They're very stubborn, and they're very silly stubborn. So this is what I'm getting about their character. I feel like they're aiming very high for things, but it doesn't always work out for them. So it could be the person who, for example, is in their corporate life, in their work life, is constantly trying to get promoted, but because of the character, they are not really getting there quite, and they're still wondering why, because they would make such a great leader. There we go. If you were to tell them anything negative or say anything negative about them, they will not take it very lightly either, and once again they will remember that for a very long time. So whatever you want to tell them, think twice about it if you don't want to be on their blacklist, you know. Okay, let's move on to the heart space. And we've got the Queen of Wands, and I don't know why because I feel like I have never had it with the Queen of Wands before, but I'm getting literally a message that they are quite a jealous type as well when it comes to the heart. They might be a little bit possessive. They might be very jealous. They don't like, let's say, sharing their partner with anyone, but sharing their partner includes family, friends. They don't want their partner to spend too much time with people other than themselves, if that makes any sense. I feel like, I don't know why, but in my head I got the message from the spirit saying it's party pooper. So if that rings a bell, leave me a comment, tell me about it. But this is all I'm getting for it. But I'm getting this is somebody who doesn't really like going out. This is somebody who doesn't enjoy being surrounded by other people, really. In a way, they don't like maybe family gatherings, they don't like parties, they don't like clubbing, because this is where their insecurities are, like, I don't know, they feel very insecure about themselves. They feel very insecure about trusting their partner as well, or trusting their friends. Sometimes I feel like if they're surrounded by a lot of people, they might be thinking everyone around them is like the backstabber. Everyone is talking crap behind their back about them. So once again, they might not really have a lot of friends. Because they're quite a difficult type to be around. I don't know, this is for a very tiny group of you, but for some of you it might be somebody who is interested in things like witchcraft and things like that, you know, but I feel like they're not really still getting much out of it. They might be interested in that, they might be trying things, but I feel like this is not really working out for them. Yeah. So interesting. For some reason I'm also getting that they might be not really a fan of nature. They might not be a fan of animals, they might not be a fan of things like flowers, like, I don't know, parks and things like that. They don't feel very comfortable being in nature, being outside. They prefer being indoors. They prefer being in places that are very what is the word I'm looking for? I don't know, industrial, I would say. So if you're thinking about taking them out on a picnic, that might not be the best idea ever, because they don't really like being outside. Okay, let me move on to their physical appearance and what else we can get. And we have the Page of Wands, and from this it's a little bit like with the previous group, with group number 2, because I feel like they might be either a little bit younger than you, or much younger than you, or they might look younger than you and people around their age. So they do have this very youthful appearance. They do have the young face, maybe even like a baby face, you know. I don't know, I'm also getting that they are very often, it is kind of like, it's not about their looks, but this is the message that I got right now. and I'm being told that this is somebody who doesn't like listening to other people's opinions, especially about them. They're kind of like, when you're trying to talk to them about something you might not really like about them, they will just turn around and they will not listen to you at all. So for some reason I'm getting that. Also, I'm getting they are very quiet. They could be quite tall. They are most likely quite slim as well, because we have to only Swords and Wands, and this is like really indication to me that they're very slim, very tall. They might be quite good looking. I'm getting they might be quite good looking. But the character is a little bit difficult. They're also like always trying to look at the future, you know. I feel like they're planning for the future. Very often they imagine themselves in like, oh, how is my life gonna look like in 5 years, in 10 years. They might not have a very specific plan, but there are the things they want to achieve by some time, you know, by like, where do they want to be in 5 years, something like that. However, because of the character, they might not really be getting there quite yet, but in the same time, I'm really getting that they don't like, they wouldn't want to change themselves. They wouldn't want to change themselves because they kind of feel like, once again, they're always right about everything and everybody else should change, but they're all fine. They might be quite chatty when it comes to their workplace. You know, they could be even quite liked, you know, which is a little bit contrasting with what is going on with their head and stuff. They might be quite liked, but the thing is, their character and what they're showing to the world could be slightly different, you know. So you know, like there's this film called like Mean Girls with, I think, Lindsay Lohan or something, and we do have these mean girls. So they're kind of like this mean girl, but they are not that popular and that liked, and they don't have any type of leadership going on, and they will probably never achieve that. So if they're aiming to become like CEO of a company, I don't think that is possible for them, mostly because of their character and how they perceive themselves and how they perceive others. So this is all I've got for you, group number 3, and I hope it was helpful and I hope you did like it. And if you did, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel. I try to post new video every Friday, and leave me a comment. Tell me how it did resonate with you. And thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video.